I know I spoke about this already, and you've already seen 1,000 people talk about it. Anita Sarkeesian, I know. A lot of people say, don't talk about her, she'll go away. Which is good advice, because she has been going away. She's been fading so hard into the ether it isn't even funny. She's literally spent her time on Twitter picking fights randomly and failing miserably. She's even come for Ninja of all people. That guy can't catch a break. But then really, I can't really cry a river for him. I'm sure, when he cries on his bed full of $100 bills, it consoles him. Now, as you remember in my last video about CD Projekt Red and E3, Anita Sarkeesian was going at EA randomly. She made the whole EA press conference about her, feminist frequency, and the lack of female representation, because she's got to stick to that shtick. This girl's got one tune, and it's victimhood. EA didn't speak up during Gamergate at all. When you look at what Zoe Quinn was up to during Gamergate and what she's been up to after Gamergate, it's kind of hard to throw in your hat there to help this girl. This is going to be all over the place, but I saved these tweets, dude. I saved these tweets. They're like a year old almost. Zoe Quinn, back in September, went to Japan, right? For a vacation. She needed it. She worked so hard on that game. So hard spending that money, bro. $80,000 and there's no game in sight. It's probably never happening. Now, MomBot, who I pretty much feels like the investigative reporter of Twitter for me, talks about how Zoe Quinn went to Tokyo. She tweeted about the trip and how her game was having money troubles. A few hours later, she posted a picture of her hotel room. The hotel room she was staying in was the Rudder House. Now, MomBot recognizes this because I believe MomBot is Japanese. She recognized the yakata, I probably said that wrong, she is wearing in the photos that Zoe Quinn took. This hotel room is a suite that costs $300 per night. $300 per night. Oh yeah, while Zoe Quinn was also in Tokyo, she was cruising Tinder. Good work. Hard at work on that game there. Staying in one of the most expensive, luxurious hotels in Japan while also trolling for dick. Wearing expensive kimonos. Bloody brilliant. Too long didn't read, still working on it. Just slower because I ran out of money a long time ago and had to get day jobs. Also, I have been working on ways to bring on some assistance with finishing it. Also, don't yell at Chuck about it. Shipping the game is on me. That game ain't never coming. That game's in more development hell than Star Citizen. This is the beauty of the whole hyper-left feminist movement that, thank God, is choking on its own vial. Simply because, let's look at it, man. Look at it. You already know what I'm talking about. Feminist frequency lost $1.6 million in 4 years, dude. 4 years. And nobody knows where the money went. And it's so hard. It was so hard not to make tweets about this because I knew I'd get in trouble again on Twitter because they keep shadow banning me and telling me I'm bad. But, it's so hard to believe that a group of women, feminists, burned through $1.6 million and nobody knows where the money went. What a shocker. You mean to tell me a group of women mismanaged a large sum of money and now everybody's broke?
It is crazy. We say to give a woman power is like to give a gun to a monkey. We have stopped doing that ever since the 1999 Astana Zoo massacre.
What a fucking shock. My God, if it isn't the funniest thing ever. Why would game developers take feminist frequency seriously? Honest to God. Why would you? They can't even run a non-profit organization that has had money thrown at them. Literally. They fall ass backwards into money, and for every $1 they got, they spend $2. And you're going to listen to them about games. If I was working at EA or something and Anita Sarkeesian came up on my docket, she'd like to talk to you about the game. I'd tell my assistant when Anita can figure out how to run a business properly, I'll listen. My God. See, if it was a group of dudes trying to run this, nobody would have listened. They wouldn't have gotten maybe $300 tops. They would have got that much. And everyone would have told them to fuck off. And if those dudes mismanaged the $300, where'd the money go? Well, we had some Popeyes chicken. You got a receipt? I don't have any receipt, but here's some chicken bones. We're a nonprofit organization. Carolyn Pennant, the one that used to work for GameSpot, then lost the job or quit because of her review for GTA 5 where she interjected her own personal and political beliefs in a game review. You know what I noticed about Siskel and Ebert, even though they're like both dead? You know what they never did? They never told you how they had a problem with the Prince of Tides because of their personal beliefs in the world. Anyway, Carolyn Pennant back in May. Things getting pretty tight, guys. So I continue looking for work. I've posted a bunch of old games for sale on Amazon. I can link directly, but individual listings, but blah, 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 blah. Carolyn Pennant is selling her entire game collection for lunch money. She's on a site called Coffee. What happened to your job? I thought Feminist Frequency was the light of the world, the right side of history, the good guys, mother of God. And the funny thing is, she's still working at Feminist Frequency for no money, no longer receiving any cash, and still doing this podcast. Why? You know, it's on a dead YouTube channel. You're wasting your time. Nobody's listening. 200 and how many thousands of people? Stu, for the love of God, manage the tabs. Oh, wow, I have more subs than Feminist Frequency. Whatever. It would be the equivalent of like my channel only getting 1,000 views predominantly for videos. You know, recently a few more videos got a couple more views in the last 3 weeks since E3. But you know, so what? It's a drop in the bucket. That means 220,000 people don't bother with this anymore, and they're still pumping it out. And the funny thing is, the podcast has a producer. A fucking producer for this shit.
Very serious issues with the exploitation of women's bodies. Like it's there's at least one very memorable scene, if not more, in The Witcher 3, where as the main character Geralt, you're sort of investigating maybe like a series of murders, and the crime scene that you investigate at one point is just like, you know, sexualized naked women's bodies, dead women's bodies, like just all over the place. And it's the sort of thing that CD Projekt Red
Hey. Nailed it to the wall.
What the sandwich fuck is this? No! Fuck me!
that you investigate at one point is just like, you know, sexualized naked women's bodies, dead women's bodies, like just all over the place. And it's the sort of thing that...
My God, it'd be like the equivalent of me needing a producer to help me in the bathroom while I make bowel movements. Stu, is it hard or soft? My God. They're paying someone to produce that podcast. You know who produces my podcast? And ironically, I get more views for my podcast than Feminist Frequency does on a channel with 10K subscribers. TeamSpeak is the producer of my podcast. Like, the money they spent, you know, they just frittered it away. They frittered it away. Just looking at it. Where's the numbers? It's some wild shit, dude. Wild numbers. I'm all over the place. I had this all laid out, right? To be professional and whatnot. Forget it. It's over. I don't have it in me. What? Programming? Expenditure? $200,000 on programming? Fuck, I almost started talking like a turkey. You see, this is what happens when there isn't a man involved. There should have been a guy here overlooking the finances. Because this looks all fucked. This must look like DSP's taxes. Expenditures. $200,000 pretty much for programming. What have they done? You know, this is for the year 2017. We can go on Feminist Frequency and look at the 2017 videos.
with ample opportunity to portray scary terrorists who get gunned down while screaming something absurd like "Death to America." It doesn't even matter if you're not actually of Middle Eastern descent. If you're vaguely brown, you can stick around to play bad guys.
This time, we're going to be talking about Star Trek Discovery. I am Anita Sarkeesian, and I am joined by our wonderful operations director, Ebony.
Hey, everybody.
I finally got her on a thing with us. I'm so excited.
And it's because there's no camera.
One day we'll get her on camera.
No, I'm like the Phantom.
Las cucarachas entran, pero no pueden salir.
No, sir, he doesn't like it.
Thank you, Mr. Horse.
You telling me that this costs $200,000 for programming to run the YouTube channel that looks like something kids out of a high school drama class could put together feasibly with a white wall costs $200,000? Administrative. What's administrative? That's $116,000. They don't tell you what it is, but this is the cost of things. Development and community engagement. That means campaigning for more money. It cost them $126,000 to beg for money. Miscellaneous adjustments, $10,000. Total expenditures for the year of 2017, $500,000. So Feminist Frequency cost $500,000 for the year of 2017. I'm looking at the videos in his timeline, and I don't know how what did they do? What did they do? Where did this money go? Probably like most of the money was spent going on trips like GDC and E3. They probably stayed in nice places and shit. You know Anita Sarkeesian patted her own pockets. I guarantee you. Give it like 3 or 4 more years. She's going to burn somebody's ass, and they're going to rat her out. They're going to be like, Anita Sarkeesian pocketed most of the Feminist Frequency money. She's sitting on $1 million. All right, 2018's Feminist Frequency. What did they do that year? Oh, the Feminist Frequency radio show that nobody gives a fuck about. If there's a producer, I bet that dude is popping Ambien like Tic Tacs, sitting there listening to it. They launched a new show called Queer Tropes, where Carolyn Pennant complains about gay representation in games. The world needs that.
It's still important to note that what the game itself gives us, and what most players will experience, is a cruel and unnecessary mockery of trans identities. In this regard, for all of its fresh and exhilarating design choices, Breath of the Wild feels positively ancient, part of a long tradition of video games perpetuating homophobia and transphobia.
Live streaming. Oh, well then. If they have live streaming, why? Anyway, every week, the feminists team together to play new releases, provocative indie games, or retro classics, while viewers watch and participate in lively chat. No wonder they asked for $30,000 to open a Discord. They're trying to get money everywhere they can. I need to find the Feminist Frequency live stream. Where is this? Who would want to watch them play a video game? All they do is complain about crap. Why on God's green earth would you tune in to Feminist Frequency's live stream of a game? You know they play it and sit there and go, the female character's butt is too voluptuous and perky. This is ridiculous. Patriarchy right here. I knew it. They made a Twitch page. My God. They have 4K followers. All right, let's see how good this is. This is where some of the Feminist Frequency money went. Obviously, it's a miracle that Ninja has any money. He must spend multi-millions of dollars just to afford to survive playing on Twitch. The fact that they're Twitch partners is ridiculous with these numbers. 3 people are in chat. My God. It took 25 minutes for one person to post something 3 times. Oh my God, this stream sucks dick. The quality isn't that great. It's off of a console number 2. And Carolyn Pennant is the one playing it and says absolutely nothing. Wow. This gets partnered on Twitch, but Senpai still isn't partnered. What a joke. Oh, okay. Engagement. Feminist frequency went globetrotting in 2018. From Sweden to South Korea, New York, South Africa, the feminist frequency team stays on the move. Basically, the money that they're getting is going towards these trips. Oh my God. Our audience located around the world. Really? Notice how they go to only places that are safe in first world countries? Notice that? Feminist frequency isn't going to Iran to spread the word of feminism. So now we know they go and do little talk shows or something like that. You know, what do you call this shit? Good God Almighty. Talk about mismanaging money. You got to look at this data collection. This is bad data collection. All right. They're sitting here. You're sitting here. They got this whole thing showing off their YouTube subscribers, 222,000. Twitter followers, 700,000. Facebook subscribers, 100,000. Instagram followers, 6,000. This is all bullshit metrics, really, because their YouTube channel, only 1,000 people ever bother with anything. Ever. Like a max of 3,000. If you go to Feminist Frequency's Twitter, for Twitter that has almost 1 million followers, only 78 people bothered to like the fact they put out a t-shirt. 78 people out of 722,000. They have one post. Anita Sarkeesian created Feminist Frequency 10 years ago this year. Don't miss the brand new profile where they basically promote the Polygon article. 2018 financial information. Cash flow report. Their opening balance is $150,000 or $160,000. Corporate donations only 22,000. Individuals 153,000. Grant funding. Okay. So their starting operational funds for 2018 was $300,000. Almost $400,000. Well, no, $360,000. Their expenditures, programming, $186,000. Administrative, almost $100,000. Development and community engagement, $40,000. Now they're left with only $30,000. And the funny thing is, this doesn't tell you what they spend the money on. And it obviously isn't Feminist Frequency's YouTube page. It's dead. And the content they do put out is the level of content a person could put out themselves with a Blue Yeti, for God's sakes. And that only costs $150 with a free game. And you know what? I'm glad. I'm glad that it's ending. But unfortunately, they'll probably get more donations again. Sure, Anita Sarkeesian closed down the doors of her business and whatnot. Earlier this year, Sarkeesian decided that Feminist Frequency needed to change. She ceased taking a salary and laid off her co-creators and close friends, Ebony, Adams, and Pettit. Probably saying that wrong. She closed her offices and stopped making videos. One, why did you need offices, as in plural? Why did they need offices for this? Feminist Frequency is still going. Yeah, like a person on life support, clinging to life. But it's now mainly focused on regular podcasts hosted by Adams, Pettit, and Sarkeesian. It's purely voluntary organization. Sarkeesian has no pat answer to the question of why she decided to move on. No, it was just time. The answers are more complicated. Yeah, they can't seem to get any more funding. You know, they're looking for money, believe me. They're looking for money. I mean, Anita Sarkeesian was yelling, well, not yelling. She was hitting up CD Projekt Red looking for work. She is yelling at EA for not giving them $1 million grant. And what would they do with that $1 million? They'd burn through it. I'm looking at this funding. It doesn't make sense. They don't even tell you where the money goes, which means they frittered it away. If they had a guy in the mix, he would have said, no, there's no need for you to go flying all over the damn world to first world countries with luxury suites to do little special talks that no one genuinely gives a flying fuck about. You're bleeding money. All right, I just looked at the Feminist Frequency thing, and the treasurer was Miley Martinez. Even had a woman in charge of the funding, huh? Explains where it all went. Though it comes as no surprise. This video is all discombobulated because I just lost myself into looking at all of this shit. But it comes as no surprise. This is par for the course. It's what people have been saying for years, that Anita Sarkeesian and her ilk are con artists. I mean, for real. She just came in, screamed women's rights, games are sexist, racism, sexist, rapist, patriarchy, and everyone just sort of jumped on. everyone jumped on and just threw money at them. And what have they done for the gaming industry that was good? Nothing. The only thing they've done was stick around and occasionally every E3 put out some sort of pointless ass charts talking about there's not enough female representation in games. Like, that's pretty much the only thing I've known them to do. Wait till E3 comes, complain about it, talk about sexism in video games. Ugh, everything's messed up. By the way, you can give us money to open a Discord. My God, I'm glad that this has happened. But I don't think it's the end. It's never the end for these people. Because at some point, someone will give them money.